So I've got a slightly more complicated stitch for you this time. This is called rope stitch. If you've done chain stitch before, this probably will be a little bit easier, so maybe you want to go and have a look at the chain stitch video first if you're not sure about chain stitch. This is a variation on that with an extra sort of twist in it. So this is the stitch here that we're going to work, and you can see it gives that nice rope, twisted rope effect, makes it a little bit thicker, so if you want an outline that pads out a little bit, this is a good one. So I'm going to do the same that I've done down here, down this side of the trunk on this pear tree project. So as usual, I'm going to start from the top, just to put my two little starting stitches in, just make sure they're on that line. So, and then I'm going to come up at the end of my line there, just going to get that knot off now, just so it's out of the way. So I've come up at the end of the line, and I'm just going to go back down with my needle to the left hand side of that line, just a little step down, a couple of millimetres down, you can see that there, where I've come down, and take the needle through to the back, just pull that loose end through, but don't pull all the thread through, you want that loop. Now you'll see what happens is that crosses over that thread. If it's like that, it's the wrong way around, you just need to cross that thread over like so, and come back upon the line as you would for a chain stitch, a couple of millimetres away. You can see where I've come up there. You should really pull that thread through from the back, not too tightly, and that will make a kind of a crossed over chain. Nice gentle tension on that, and that's one stitch, so we're going to repeat that. So now we go back down on this left hand side of the line, little step away from the first stitch, and if you hold that thread to the left, you should find they cross over automatically. You shouldn't need to cross them over, but just check that they are. Come back upon the line, little step ahead inside that loop, that's forming that chain stitch. Just pulling my thread through from the back, that just stops it wearing a bit. Nice and gentle on the front, don't pull these too tight. And then down again on the left hand side. I'm going down above, I just point with the scissors so you can see, going down above where I've just come out, so I was kind of doing a little step back on myself each time, and that's what gives it that twist. So that should be crossed, make sure that's crossed. Up inside that loop there, pull the loop tight, pull the thread up, and you can just see that twist starting to form now. So back down with the needle above where I finished, little back stitch on the left there, and that's what gives you the twist. You can see that thread's crossing over there. Up on the line inside the loop, pull that tight, pull it through. Down on the outside, little back step, see it crossed over. Just repeat all the way down. Once you get into a rhythm with this one, I think it's just getting it going that's a bit tricky, but so I've come out there, just going to step back a little bit. That thread is crossed, so not that way, that way. Up inside the loop, pull the loop tight, pull the thread through. If you're struggling a little bit with this stitch, go and practice the chain stitch first, because this is kind of a variation on that with an extra step. And right near the bottom, so I'm just going to keep going, one more down the side there, crossed over. I'm just going to come up just before that line, because to finish that stitch off, you see there's my loop, the stitch is inside, so I just need to take it down the other side of that loop to finish it off, otherwise it will come undone. Through to the back, nice and tight to finish. A couple of stitches just to finish that off, like so. that off. And that's a really nice decorative edging stitch, rope stitch.